Hello, welcome to Jadekine Gaming presents The Observatory. My name is Adam, here with, I guess it's gotta be the 47th session of the New Divines Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Eric is Stan, Bob is the Old Man, David is Terry, Ryan is Billy, Austin is Rolfur. And last time, the party was all together. When we finished off, you traveled around, made some decisions. You ended up leaving things off in Billy's mansion in the city of Carrolls, having explored a bit, tried out some of the local cuisines and such. It's a silly place. And you went in for a rest, planning to decide tomorrow if you're going to start just proselytizing with the common folk, or if you're going to go directly to the Red King and Queen. And so, unless anyone's doing anything overnight, then we'll... Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, we are still... Okay, yeah. I do want to check in with everybody before the night comes and just make sure that everybody feels prepared.
Wait, for what?
Prepared for what?
Did I just mishear you? Maybe I just misheard you.
You guys ended the night by deciding that we'll decide tomorrow whether we're gonna go to the common folk or the royalty. You as a group, you haven't made that decision. You decided to put off making that decision.
I thought that we were gonna go to the royal folk. My bad.
You might.
Gosh, David, it was 10 minutes ago.
As a game master's perspective, you literally ended that session by telling me, we'll decide which one of these options we're gonna do, so you could prepare both if you want to prepare anything. That was what you gave me.
We're so considerate.
Hey, it's better than saying one and then doing the other.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the night then, making myself a new servant, trying to create a construct that can withstand, that'll have some kind of personality, so that it can withstand and proselytize within the rivers.
Okay.
So I'll be experimenting throughout the night.
I'll be talking to followers through the night.
You would.
So, we will get to day 160. The sun rises. Or does it? I don't know. You're in Billy's mansion. I don't know how the lighting works in there. He's in control of that world.
Oh, I got 7 more days, boys. Rank 5, 7 more days.
Then what are you gonna do?
I guess start another one?
Gotta level up. Gotta crush those cookies. Alright. So throughout the night, my experimenting ended up with creating a gold-forged sentinel. It is basically a golden winged ram, and that can speak and has some like magical defensive abilities. But really, the big thing is that it is a intelligent. Well, it is not very intelligent at all. It's actually like animal intelligence.
It has a brain.
Yes, but
So
it has
you got a dog? You got a pet? Is that what you're
Actually, that's a really good point, Adam. Are you going to rule that 3 intelligent creatures can't talk?
I thought 3 intelligent creatures just couldn't talk.
I mean, it's the Gold Forge Sentinel?
Yeah.
It understands the languages of its creator, but can't speak.
Oh, shit.
It actually says that right there.
I am misreading everything. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to fall back on the Clay Gladiator from Tome of Annihilation. So I come up with a
I'll have to trust you on that one, because that book's across the room.
Yeah. But that one has 10 intelligence and 15 charisma.
Languages.
But it is a like terracotta warrior looking guy, with flecks of gold in the eye, and
this one
it-
can also not talk.
seriously,
It has no languages.
Oh,
What you trying to do over there, David?
I am trying to create something that I could send into the.
If only there was some inspiration from session 1.
Yeah, but those aren't listed anywhere.
Yeah, it says language doesn't speak for the Clay Gladiator very specifically.
Yep.
They're not listed anywhere?
I didn't see them.
What's the thing you're looking in? Constructs?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying to make a construct that can talk.
Let's
Like
see
a
if I can
Modron.
go through my filters to see if I can do that.
It's the
Find one
Modron.
that can talk. Languages.
I'm having trouble finding
does.
Modrons.
Modron. As far as the actual creature, they're monodrone, duodrone, tridrone, quadrone, and pentadrone.
Oh.
But the category is Modron.
Clockwork Archivist can speak.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine so.
No, it can. But I literally went into D&D Beyond and went languages, constructs languages,
How weird.
But
and
Strixhaven
it
is
speaks
awesome.
speaks all languages.
There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one because the
Yeah, it's a cogwork. and
Modrons
it's-
are very, very low CR.
it's
So unless
in,
you let me,
Strixhaven. David
will
is
you
where
let
need to
me
look.
pump out multiple of the Modron, since they're all like CR half?
No.
Okay. In that case, we're definitely going with what Bob said.
Cogwork Archivist. It's in Strixhaven, page
It's
188.
You know what? It's CR4,
It seems
but
like
that
the
will.
kind of creature that Rolfur would trust to help
Yep.
with his work too. The
Yep.
archivist.
That'll do.
It speaks every language also.
Yep. Languages all. Yep. So yeah, come out with this mechanical man that looks like it's made of porcelain and glass with a gold-plated head with a gold-plated skull cap, and be like,
I'm picturing a precious moment. You know, like those little precious moments figurine? I'm picturing a large precious moments figurine. I don't know.
I'm not, but okay.
That's just, for some reason, when you, like, describe the... I don't know. I just see this precious moments.
porcelain and glass and with the gold. Anyway, so whatever. Point is, so Bob got me halfway there, and then took it off course with the precious moments. But
Listen, every gift has a price.
so I meet up with everybody and present to them the Mark I Archivist.
Mark.
Oh, he's precious.
Hi.
He, uh, do you want to control or roleplay the summons like this, the Celestials and the constructs?
That depends.
Absolutely.
I mean, are you to what extent are you wanting them to do things?
I'm asking.
I am
because-
open either way.
I'm only asking because someone just addressed it as hello. So I wanted to see if I'm supposed to be controlling it for roleplay
I didn't know they were
purposes.
saying hello to it rather than you,
Sure.
but
Eric said hello.
You walked it into the room to us and introduced it. Like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do here? Hello.
All right. I
Hello,
didn't know it was
I am
it
the
instead of Terry.
archivist Cogsworth.
No,
that's the
both
point. Good point. Bob roleplays your archivist.
Vito.
That's a hard no.
Okay, Bob,
Hello.
feed me the lights.
Hello,
Okay.
I am the archivist Cogsworth.
Archivist Cogsworth.
You guys sometimes.
I have
Okay.
been made by my progenitor, Terry.
Oh my gosh.
This has been another explanation by Cogsworth.
TM.
Cogsworth, TM. Would you like
It
to
looks
know
like
more?
you're about to cry, David. Would you like
it
to
looks
know
like
more?
you're
about to cry, David. Are you about
Hello, would you like to know more?
He's just so proud of his pet.
Not a pet, it's a living being.
David would be much happier if this was happening to someone else.
That's fair.
If this was happening to one of you, it would have
Well-
been hilarious.
So,
the fact that
roll
it's
for
I do
happening
not
this.
to
have
him is
life's
very
fun within
annoying.
me.
So, Rolfur, this is the solution to our problems.
Well, we have to test it to see if it's actually the solution. It could.
I am highly supportive of testing. Let us commence.
Well, I created it. It's like it was created without any kind of. That shouldn't have any kind of soul.
That's rude.
I identify as a ZZM.
Holy shit!
Don't put me in charge of things. I think that's what we're learning.
Yeah.
I tried not to.
I know. You know better. Adam over there is with all that hope.
I'm
Adam's
sorry.
over there like-
After that campaign that ended so wonderfully or terribly, I just can't remember the future. I mean, past.
Oh, did you guys finish the city game?
Not yet.
Okay.
But by the time this is coming out, it will be.
We just filmed 40 for you. That's where we are timeline-wise.
And now we've broken the things completely.
Unrelated, Merry Christmas, everyone.
It's never Christmas.
Speaking of Christmas,
Always winter.
here's a present. Here's a present, Rolfur. So we can try this out whenever you'd like.
It was a
They
Clark Archivist from what book?
Strixhaven.
It's Strixhaven,
Okay.
page 188. Curriculum of Chaos.
Okay.
So, Rolfur, are you wanting to try it now, or are we moving on?
I mean, if nobody stops me, yeah, I'm gonna go and shove it in the river right now.
That's fine.
For science?
Please be gentle. It's my first time.
Damn it. This is your fault, Adam.
You shove it in the river?
Yep. Well, we go in the river together. I have to go there too.
Just give it instructions before you let it go.
Yep.
Please
So I've been in the
don't tell me
river.
what to do.
I'm guessing most spirits generally don't pay attention to you unless you sort of directly interfere with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like isolated.
Yep.
So then the goal is to first take them somewhere that there's souls.
There's plenty around.
Oh, right, we're in the new area.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And basically see if it is capable of gaining the attention of somebody's soul. So that's the question of whether or not it will be able to.
It
Is its
has
creation-
a -2 to charisma.
Is its manufactured by Terry enough?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to necessarily have the same grasp that you do, but yeah, I mean, they're able to notice and observe it. Their attention isn't being pulled in many other ways.
That's true.
And it can summon lights. It
Then
gets
yes.
at-will dancing lights.
Then yes, its job is to try to tell them that if the soul wishes release from its torment, to worship the new god of remembrance and be free from this river, and see if it can actually do that.
So it goes up to someone and sort of repeats the, for freedom from this torment, worship Rolfur, god of remembrance.
Hello,
Who's that
I
for?
am a representative of the God of Remembrance, Rolfur. If you would like release from this torment, please conduct your worship. Would you like to know more?
But
Worship guarantees citizenship.
Worship guarantees citizenship. Would you like to know more?
But the soul just sort of floats on.
Wait, get back here, bitch.
Matt, we'll have it do it like a couple more to see if that was just a really...
It was a 4. So the next one, the soul moves, sort of pulls away out of the river.
Neato. Do I gain a follower?
Technically, but we'll calculate that later.
Yeah.
I'm not going to add a 1 at the end of your numbers. I've worked so hard to get those into zeros.
Just
I think he's just seeing if it worked.
Just checking the count.
Yeah.
Alright, that works. Well, you're not very good at it, but you did do it.
I accept that.
So just stay here and do that forever.
As you say, hello.
And now we never have to roleplay that character again. It's lost in the river doing that forever.
Every time you go in there, you just hear a faint, would you like to know more?
Well, then eventually we'll just fill the river with the little bastards.
And it'll be a river of robots.
Well, you can't miss it. The billboards are everywhere.
Isn't that just
It's
a
an,
abandoned
it's an unpopulated river. No, it's populated by robots. Like I said, unpopulated.
So once we inevitably make the same mistakes as our predecessors, these robots will be there telling them to worship someone who's not even around anymore.
Promising them freedom from their torment for doing so.
Would you like to know more?
Now imagine the horror of the next generation having to not only convince everyone to worship them, but then eventually go through and purge the river.
It's part of like the torment that they remember.
No, I would just change my.
The robots would never stop talking.
I would like to know
I would
more.
just change my name. How's the guy? I'm like, no, you guys think about this all wrong. I will just change my name. My name is Rolfur, God of Remembrance. Ah, trickery domain.
So, you now have a robot in the river.
Go back. Use my temple to get back to the mortal plane. Teleport back to where the people are.
Do you let Terry know?
Yes,
How'd it go?
I go. He's not very good at it, but he did work.
Ah, so Mark 1 was a success. I'll work on it.
I also like that he's Mark 1, but this is the second time that you've tried sending people into the robots into the river.
I tried sending celestials into the river.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Celestial spirits.
And this
they
is the first
were
one he
real
custom made
people.
to go in the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Celestials were real people with real souls, thus not machines or Mark anything. Unless their name was Mark. This guy's name is Mark 1.
Oh, hi,
Now
Mark.
his name's Cogsworth.
Weren't you
It doesn't
listening?
matter. He's gone. I let you roleplay him because I knew he was going away. You've lost control of NPCs. You.
Hey, that's fair. I gotta have my fun. Everyone else had to deal with it. That's really all I wanted.
You know, when you were running a game, it seems sometimes like you lost control of the NPCs then too.
Well, I'm not really controlling them. I'm just voicing them.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
So you now have robot in river.
Would you like to know more?
No. Alright. And Rolfur, you have it set up where they get to distribute once they get to your realm, they go into the gazebo and
Yes.
okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm calculating my math with this as just another standard akin to like the Bard's College kind of thing. So no, still morning. I'm sure by that point Terry's managed to make you all breakfast.
Sounds good.
So, did we decide on... Does anybody decide if they have strong feelings towards who we're going to go and start proselytizing?
I hear people here are kind.
Kind of what?
Just kind. They're kind people. That is what I have heard.
It seemed like a ideal, picturesque kind of place. I think y'all looked into it enough to figure out it's because either they behave well or die. So there's some degree of fear behind it, but it has led to...
People do behave.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as Conrad doesn't go off planet, everything's peachy keen. So, Well, it's like my initial impression would probably be that it would be better just to start talking to normal people instead of going and dealing with the royalty. But I suppose if we particularly cared about how much hassle the higher-ups could cause us, we could go and talk with them first.
Not a really good idea.
I'll check my notes to see how much the higher ups, like anything in there about personality, that kind of thing for them, or
No. There's
nothing.
not.
Okay. I feel like we should just talk to the people and ignore the higher ups. They don't like that. They'll contact us, and then we don't have to try, and it will be them coming to us, which is a dominant position to be in when it comes to negotiations.
Adam? Is it true that the king and queen would be mad if we started proselytizing?
Oh yeah, you got questions.
Yeah, that's what I was under the impression of.
No, he's using one of his powers.
Yeah. No.
I tell everybody at the table it does not seem that the king and queen would be mad if we just started proselytizing.
Well, I mean,
Figure out how to give yes or no answers to gray area questions.
Yes. I understand that
Yeah.
it's some guesswork on your part.
Yeah. It's like, no. Depending on how you do it, but
Yeah.
in general, though.
Yeah. It's like
Well,
Well,
sounds like
it's
fun.
not the proselytizing that would have been the issue.
That's why I decided.
Be-
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I decided to answer it that way.
so there might be other laws that we would have to take into account, but the proselytizing itself wouldn't be the problem.
Excellent. I think I'm going to go and visit the theater. I assume there is one. If not, I'm just going to go proselytize.
So you head off, make an investigation check.
Oh, but I'm not very good at those.
Don't give me that, because you're gonna say that like it's a true thing, and then you're gonna tell me a number,
It's over 30.
and I'm gonna say, you liar.
Wait. It's 34.
You are good at those.
Yeah, I got a natural 20 though, so
That's still plus 14, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Not bad at all.
So it's not somewhere that has like a
I get plus 20 to my deception and like persuasion and stuff.
it doesn't have like the kind of thriving theater district that you might have crafted, but you do find like a small, sort of, side street theater kind of thing.
I'm gonna start there and work my way out.
I know
Just
some-
like people who are interested in theater, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know something I want to do.
Okay. So you push your way into the door, and at this point you can see sort of, it's unlocked, and the air is just sort of thick with dust, and you see up on stage it is just a number of people basically doing woodworking, crafting a stage, like a set piece, kind of thing. As in, it's between productions. They're making the set. They don't seem to notice you enter. You enter kind of in the back, and it's very dimly, only some lights
Yeah.
up on the stage where they're working. You're just kind of off in the shadows. You're used to that. What do you do?
I'm trying to figure out how outrageous I should be.
Barry?
I mean, this isn't exactly what I was looking for. These are crafters, not actors.
Correct. There are probably actors that work here and around it, but yes, this is...
I guess I'll start by walking up and go right behind one of them and going, "What's this?" Just like uncomfortably close.
It's gonna be a horse.
A horse?
Of course.
Of course. Is it a talking horse?
No, it's a wooden horse.
It's because no one can talk to a horse, of course.
Of course.
So tell me, Ed, can I call you Ed?
It's actually Joe.
Excellent. So, Ed, here's the thing. I have this wonderful offer for everyone involved.
Oh. But it is Joe. Does it apply for Joe too?
Of course, any Joe.
Okay. What's the offer?
You worship me. And as I say that, I just like start rippling through different characters from different plays and things like that I have seen throughout my life or been a part of, or like some of my favorites. And I end with Joe's face, and I shall give you the ability to act as never before.
Like outrageous?
Outrageous, or quiet, or quivering, as I turn into Animal
I've
Man.
been quiet plenty. Quivering doesn't sound like a fun way to act.
Quick, tell him he'll be prettier than the queen.
No. Like, really? You've never seen the dignity and quiet of a quivering voice? The
No, that looks
strength
miserable.
lost through time?
No. That's...
Oh, how unfortunate. Perhaps you'd prefer that I turn into like this big paragon of masculinity. Something booming and grand. Something that commands the very masses. And the ladies. Let me tell you, I'm unaware that there's a dry state.
Huh?
Exactly.
But what's, worship?
Oh. That's a wonderful question. I'm glad you asked. And I begin to explain the art of worship.
Okay.
This guy, am I correct that he seems dumb as hell?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm just going to charm person him, convince him that he believes he should worship me, and then move on with my life.
Okay.
Nothing like a little subversion of free will to start your day.
I mean, he needs a path.
Basically slavery.
I mean, pretty much. Except
That's
that he
more
can leave whenever he
unfortunate
wants.
But yeah. So you move on. Billy, you said you had something you wanted to do.
Yes.
Do you want me to roll for conversions, or...
No.
I will.
But I get such big numbers.
Yes.
My minimum is 35.
I want to speak with Alice and ask her about the rules and etiquette of being here in Wonders.
I mean, the rules are, I think, about the same as everywhere else. Etiquette can vary from time to time. So if you sit down and there's way too much silverware. She kind of...
I'm listening to.
Yeah. She'll just kind of go over things of just...
Weird things.
yeah, ceremonial kind of
I'm just trying
finery.
to... I explained that the aims is to prevent from making any forbidden faux pas while we're out and about.
Strange things happen, and people accept it. So if things start seeming to go off, tell them something else caused it, and redirect people. They're a bit childish.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
You also... You talk smooth. You could probably slaughter the masses and say it was someone else. All you have to do is convince a few people and...
And you're not letting me roll. This is just crushing my soul. Heart crushing. Heart crushing.
Hey. After I get done there, I wanted to go ahead and pick up some of the bread and butter flies.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put them in my divine realm, since they're food creatures.
Yeah. Easy enough. Find someone to sell some.
Alright. Live ones?
Assuming that's what you're after.
Yeah.
You throw them in your realm, just do.
And there they are, sitting on the ground.
No, I want the live ones.
Yeah. What about you, Rolfur? What are you up to?
Well, they execute a lot of people here, right?
Fair number.
Yeah, I go and see if I can peruse the rolls of those who have been executed, so to better know my place.
I'm going to join you. Let's.
Okay. So the two you're going to peruse the rolls of what?
Who has been executed?
You're trying to
imagine
find a
there's-
list.
I figured that meant he was going to a morgue.
I figured that meant he was going to a records house of some nature.
Yeah, that's the point. I'd be trying to figure out where they keep that, if they keep those records.
Make an investigation check.
Well, I got a 5, so 21.
Okay, takes you a bit of time, but yeah, you will find it. You
See, your investigation's much better than mine.
It's 2 more than yours.
Much better.
Stan, you're heading with him?
Now that I know where he truly meant, I guess once my guy realizes it made walk is like, okay, I guess I'll go check out the graveyard and hospitals. Since you said it was like blood leaching here, so there's not much on the hospital end I can help with. Let's check the dead end.
Okay. Yeah. Graveyard is a ways outside of the city.
Yeah, I think we're hanging out in town today, so I'll just proselytize them.
Okay. Terry?
Well, since we are proselytizing, Terry is going to find and everybody seems to be wanting to kind of do it their own way. Terry is going to open his realm, gather up 2 angels from it, and he's going to then go to a large, like a hill or some kind of like large open auditorium type space, like a speaking circle or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
he's going to summon a wall of stone behind him that has he will have conjured upon it the basically the like the pamphlets that we have. He's going to put the like a grand mural across this wall of stone.
And where are
Um,
you putting that wall of stone?
Behind wherever is going to be behind Terry as he speaks in whatever auditorium or hillside he's able to find.
Hillside. So are you like you're weaving town? Is that
I want to be as close as possible in town if able.
okay? I mean, there's like
Get more.
it depends on what you're trying to do because like there is like a large park in the center of town, like I said,
Perfect. So he'll go to this park. He'll find a good place that looks like it's a good place to preach to people, and like maybe some place where like something would be held at some point. And the backdrop is going to sum up this wall of stone. Uh, he'll he'll fabricate the massive mural within it, and then his two angels will have a kind of a backdrop of like hymnal music, like a choir, and as he begins to do his preaching about the saving of souls, the prevention of the avoidance of the river, and the following of the good gods of the pantheon.
Adam, to give more color on my thing, I just give food and water to poor people while I'm trying to.
Okay.
Hey, resume.
And while I'm at it, I might as well
Shield
have
in there.
use creation to make a ornate, intricate platform.
Okay.
And also donuts. There will be. I'm going to use creation for donuts.
Is that to get around not having permits?
I'm going around full Prince Ali. Full genie mode.
I mean, you can have G mode. If the donuts are a hit, I'm gonna like once I have if the donuts are a hit, I might start pumping out wine. Or no,
Wine and
I think
donuts. The classic
sake.
combination.
Sake.
It
and
says
donuts.
right here, it is a dessert wine.
Yep, sake and donuts. That's what we'll do.
Jesus Christ.
So, Rolfur, you ask and talk around a bit, until basically finding the court hall where things would be held as the best spot to check for such records. And, upon getting to said building, which puts you adjacent to the actual castle, I mean, large kind of stone building, asymmetrical design. What do you do?
Well, we go in. We have to ask him about.
The door is locked.
Oh, they're what? Do they have opening? Do they have open hours?
Nothing that's posted.
Hmm. Well, I ask: is the courthouse closed? Is it only open during executions?
There's trials as well, of course.
Oh, so it's only open when it's in use.
A standard, I believe. Not sure what else would be done there. Don't work there myself.
I'm just a humble blade merchant.
Well, do they keep records anywhere else?
I'm sure lots
Or-
of people keep individual records, but it depends on what.
That's where all the official records are.
Oh yes, they have any notes written, I suppose, there.
Well, that was more or less all I had. Well, do you all have a burial ground, a place to honor the dead?
Well, I wouldn't call it honor, but there's a cemetery a couple miles outside of town.
No, let's go to the cemetery then. Don't mind me, not doing anything weird.
No, it's just that Stan's like, oh, you're doing that? Well, then I won't follow you. Cemetery's outside of town? No, we're staying in town today.
When you read yourself,
Hit first stumbling block on your original objective. Let's go do the thing that Stan wanted to do without him.
Well, I mean, they're closed.
Are you gonna give me a shout though? Like,
What am I gonna do?
Stan.
What am I gonna do? Break in?
I don't know.
I mean, very possibly.
Why?
That's what I would like to ask you.
Why would I break in?
Records.
Huh?
If
What,
we records-
can't you just use like clairvoyance to look at the records without actually being inside?
I'm pretty sure we don't have access to clairvoyance. I believe that's a higher level spell.
It's 4th level.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of the other one. Precognition, I think.
Or I can cast Arcane Eye at will.
Yeah. The
The
point is, I don't see why I should be trying to break into the official building.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious now if I'm invited to the cemetery or not due to our connection.
Don't mind me, just disappearing randomly, as per usual.
Austin, do you invite me or not? Or just go to the
I
cemetery
thought you
yourself?
already were going.
No, initially when we were talking about it, it was, oh, you're going to the records room? Never mind. I wasn't proselytized, and then walked off.
Yeah.
And you changed your mind, and then you're like, I'm going to the cemetery. So did you actually tell me or not? Like, we were separated slightly.
Yeah, I kind of assumed you were going to go to the cemetery on your own. So no, I don't mention it to you.
Okay then.
He figures you've already been there for a couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, we split up like hours ago.
You know what? I'm going to interject. When I'm getting myself set up, I'm going to telepathically let the pantheon know what I'm doing and where I'm doing it.
Well, if he does that, then I let him know. I was like, yeah, the courthouse is only open when they're doing business there, so I'm just going to go to the cemetery and see if they've got records.
Oh, then yeah, I'd go join you then. We have a fun little trip out there then.
Hold up. Yeah. Alice times in. You can go in the jury entrance.
In the graveyard?
Yes, where most of us have juries.
Yeah, and it's like we had a hung jury.
God damn it, Eric. Thank God you're pretty, you know?
We just discussed a courthouse and a graveyard. Alice, without specifying, says to use the jury entrance. And your assumption is that it's referencing the graveyard.
So we talked about yes.
This seems to be a very silly place.
Yeah.
Court is quite a grim affair.
Yeah.
Like I said, Eric, thank God you're pretty.
Well, I meant the courthouse. I hope there's not a jury entrance for the graveyard. Though I've not been there.
Well, if any of you want to help me with my grand display, feel free. Or, you know, if you guys get into trouble, also let me know.
Well, then I suppose I check the jury entrance.
Okay.
Is that just an open door?
Yeah, there's actually it's kind of very much like what feels like going around the building down a side alley, leads to what is more of an archway that sort of leads out into a platform, of which currently there are a couple people just sort of sleeping on like the benches of like the jury podium. Like, doesn't seem like they're necessarily supposed to be there, but that's a place that they can go. And otherwise, sort of a little like raised platform box, like jury box kind of thing, with a archway that leads into an alley, and from there you can then see just out into what looks like Salvador Dali designed the courtroom. It is an artist of interesting and surreal style that has just sort of taken the elements of a courtroom and decided to make it fun. You know,
Well, hooray for them.
you know, of unusual color and unnecessary proportions. But it is open. You'd have to jump out of the box to get in, but
So this doesn't actually give me access to the courtroom. It lets me like look at the courtroom.
I mean, it's an open box.
Trespassing.
Yes, but I would clearly have to jump a barrier.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the sort of person who respects the velvet rope. Yes,
Like in Shrek. Ah, ah.
exactly. You got to respect the velvet rope. So yes, I go back to my plan of going to the cemetery.
Okay.
Plus you, Ryan. I join us, and so we have the timeline straight now.
Okay. You guys are headed to the cemetery.
If I wanted to break in, that would be an option. It wouldn't even be hard.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's not hard. There's no breaking involved. Terry's putting on a show in the park. Old man, you just kind of continue to...
Proselytize?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
In a theatrical manner.
Okay.
Highly theatrical. Very loud, very theatrical.
And Billy, so...
Mm-hmm.
You got your bread and butterflies.
Yep.
And then were you just heading about town?
Terry, what was it that you were doing?
A giant display. I have a wall of stone, which is going to be permanent here once my concentration on it is done.
Okay.
Because wall of stone. And I have engraved into it our divine tenets. And I have two angels that are providing a chorus for me. And as I proselytize on a silver and jade plinth to the masses, while feeding them donuts and sake.
Oh, okay.
They love the donuts and sake. You're not sure how much they're listening to what you have to say.
You know
But
what?
they're there.
Getting them there is half the battle. I don't have like some weird check that I can make to see if it forces people to start joining a religion.
No, that'd be ridiculous.
That would be utterly ridiculous. Something like, I mean, I'd have to put someone like, if someone could do that, I'd have to put them to the pyre.
Set them on fire.
Set him on fire. Anyway, so
That's okay, he didn't live very long.
the
People dusting people. Not cool.
I haven't killed him.
the park where he's doing this out, how big is it?
Ooh. Probably 15 acres?
Okay.
The big park.
Yes. Yeah, it has like its own pond and like a wildlife environment within it. Yeah, no, it is a very large park.
All right, then I will go and meet up with Terry to where he's proselytizing.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I will go ahead and spend the next 10 minutes casting Mirage Arcane.
Ooh, make it even more fancy.
What are you miraging?
Well, given that I can change the look, feel, taste, sound of everything essentially illusionary and be able to construct buildings, I'm going to go ahead and make more or less a small freestanding replica of some of the work that I had been doing in my factory. But I'll go ahead and also enhance our stage presence by go ahead and creating a spectacular stage that also has some sort of like horns to act as megaphones to amplify us, so more people will be able to hear our voices throughout the park. The area that the spell covers is only a mile, so that is as far as I can extend it. But if I've got a chocolate river or any of the other sweet plants and cravings that I can throw out, they can eat it and they won't get fat because they're illusionary. But they can certainly taste them.
Okay. And, old man, you were, making a, you said you're being very theatrical. What are you doing? Because inside the actual theater, you have about 5 people to process.
I mean...
So you go beyond there, and so once you're back out in the streets, what are you doing theatrically speaking?
Just oratory, presentation, little singing, little song, little dance.
Okay.
A lot of,
Getting down.
argumenting.
Okay.
Like, convincing arguments and, like, extolling the virtues of, worship of the pantheon.
Okay.
Whilst using my incredible insight
Pantheon,
people to bring up things that would improve their lives for each person they were worshipping.
Okay.
I do try to get as many actors as I can, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you were wondering if I was doing everyone or just me.
Well, that's part of it, too. Also, I was wondering how much of a spectacle you're making, because Billy and Terry are making a spectacle.
Would you like me to roll for spectacle?
No. Keep your dice away, sir. Your numbers are too high.
35.
I know. So, Rolfur and Stan, you get out to cemetery. It's large, with set amongst it, twisting, gnarling trees, sort of over, that have a good, 10 or so feet between them. So there's gaps between and such. But I mean, it is a lot of overgrown trees on top of cemetery. Tombstones allowed to kind of develop the moss or mold or whatever, just sort of layered upon them. All low, but not like the set into the ground kind of thing. And there's a handful, probably from what you immediately see, probably 24 goats on long tethers tied to the occasional tree that just sort of hang around.
Keep the grass low.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But yeah, you have a cemetery before you.
Is there like a gravekeeper shack around here?
Make a perception check.
You should probably kill his dogs.
That's true.
Wow.
That I think I hear some people do. 23.
Okay. There's no shack, but you do see sort of silhouetted, leaning against a tree, some 500 feet down, That there does appear to be a person just sort of leaning, sort of that's the silhouette of the side of someone dragging on a pipe.
All right. Well, let's go visit them and see what they have to say. So we go to him and we ask him if he tends this graveyard or if he's just visiting.
He
Oh
tends
no,
to
I
visit.
don't. I don't visit, but I'm not much of tending either. The goats
just-
handle most of that.
Oh, you just watch the goats? Is there a record of the dead, or would I have to peruse the tombstones one by one?
There's no record that I've kept, no.
You're just
I suppose it would have to be a pretty twisted and corrupted individual to want to write down all the people who have died when there are so many alive that no one could care about instead.
Well,
Tombstone by tombstone it
Pretty
is.
dark. Okay.
It's a weird way to die, but all right.
Yeah, I'll give him a blessing. To hopefully cheer him up.
Whatever. I guess I start with whatever tombstone's nearest to this guy.
Okay. Make a luck check.
This one.
One. Start going up, and you're in an area where, and you can tell from the raised platform it's a tombstone, but it is just like the moss and mold. It's just green. Like they're just covered over. Like you can no longer read what is on the stone itself. It's
Can't clean it.
To clean it? Yeah.
you push it away, and of course, like bits of the, like from how long it's been on there, like the letters have rounded over. You can. Do you have any special ability, or you just?
I have prestidigitation, which allows me to clean things.
Okay. Yeah, so it takes some time, and you do that, and
Just phase that grunk away.
yeah. Make an insight check. Did he freeze? I froze. One moment.
hey, Adam.
And we're back. All right. Yeah. So, what was that insight?
Well, I rolled the 2, so 15.
15. Is it
No, I get an 18.
Joaquin? Is it Jack? You're having trouble, quite figuring out what the name is from that which of the stone carving that remains.
Well, if I've got 3 or 4 guesses, I just use all of them in sequence.
Okay. So you're just summoning up souls and trying to work on it that way. Stan, what are you doing while he's...
Very deliberately in front of this man.
Helping him, making chit chat with this groundskeeper, trying to cheer his day up, because that was the most morbid thing I've heard in a while.
I just look after the goats.
Some food and
They
water.
don't even have souls.
Make some bread.
Oh, like you do. What's that
Yeah.
shadowy thing you brought up there?
That's it's a dead soul.
It's unexpected. I'll give you that.
Yep, just telling souls, worship me to be free of the river.
But, so you guys will work on that a little bit.
Just saying, if that guy doesn't believe you, there is a tried and true method to handling him.
Does
You
it
just gotta
involve
turn
shark
into a
attacks?
shark. You gotta turn into a shark.
David, were you wanting to add something?
No,
Okay.
not to their thing. No.
Okay.
There's no chance I can raise dead there at the moment, right? So
And
No one would accept that.
what's the time limit on?
It's an hour cast.
Yeah, no one in this graveyard
Hang on, Gary.
has been buried in the last hour, if that's what you mean.
Oh no, the cast time. What were you asking towards?
Yeah, but I mean, because you're asking if you could raise dead. I mean,
How long have they been dead for? Is the question that
yeah.
is being posed.
Oh. How long have they been there for that not to work? 10 days.
10 days?
Yeah.
Anybody here been killed in the last 10 days? Show me where they are.
The goat keeper does not believe that they've come by this past week for it, but it is possible. Probably wouldn't be much longer than that. So, but that's up on the north side of the graveyard where they're expanding it.
Have to find
I
a
go
freshly dug
there.
grave.
Yeah.
Is there anyone really important? I do have a resurrection in my back pocket, just there. We're here for a while.
Is anyone what?
Is there anyone important that died recently that we stumbled across? Or checking
Not
out
that
the
you know
dead
of.
area? I'll wait till Austin
Yeah.
comes through people, and we'll just look around and see if there's anyone like major that we should bring back, maybe.
None of them are people that you recognize, and you don't know enough about who is who in this region to know if any of these people are important.
Take a random pot shot, and I guess it gives them the question: do you want to come back first before the spell starts, or is that at the end?
Remember, he's summoning up the soul. If you decide that you want to raise one, you have to dig the body up too, because he just talks to the soul. Otherwise, or I guess maybe you could raise them from up here, and then they're just stuck in a box, unable to breathe until they die again.
It's touch, isn't it? So at least I can't really torture him.
That's all
choice,
being,
really.
Yeah, the fresh grave area. So up north, you said, okay.
Yeah.
Pick up that.
But yeah, so you head towards that. And a couple hours into your mucking about with the graves. And when you get up north, no, you find that it's probably been about, as far as just like what the most recent grave that has been at least marked here, you find has been probably about 15 days.
But the night we've just been hanging out with the lawn team with.
Although while you are looking, make a luck check.
A fancy 5.
Is it 5?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing else. But yeah, so a couple hours into what you're working on there, a sort of hunched over, timid man with lots of like bags with what seems to be vegetables and stuff sticking out of him kind of wanders his way into the grave and walks up to Rolfur. Looking at like the spirit of a whatever beside you and back to you. And while I'm impressed the description was accurate, I'm supposed to give you this. And hands over and like hands you like a brass key.
What's this key to?
I was told you needed to access the cult's records.
That would probably be more efficient than this method.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
Will
thank you.
you receive it?
On whose behalf am I receiving this?
Alice.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. Take it.
So
I do.
glad that she is effective.
Okay, so want to hop on
And
that?
he just like breathes a sigh of relief and drops the bags of vegetables, stands up straight, and just sort of walks due west.
He just leaves the bag of vegetables.
It's several bags. He had like
on him.
a half dozen bags of vegetables sort of strapped around him, and yes.
Do you need these?
Nope. Glad to be rid of them.
Are they regular vegetables?
I mean, they're like large, like carrots and potatoes and
I guess I go and give those bags to the guy. Go and give those bags to the guy with the goat.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
Starts shaving off part of a carrot. Puts it in his pipe. So, you head back to the court.
Yeah, I get a ride on my broom. Go fast.
Okay. Get back a little faster. Easy enough. And yeah, the door opens right up for you.
Cool. Now I have permission, or somebody else stole the key, and I'm going to assume that's permission.
I'd like to point out it wasn't me.
As far as we know.
Deniability. Plausible deniability.
Yeah.
I get blamed for fucking everything.
But yes, then I go and I peruse the courthouse for its records.
Yeah. And the door that you know leads into the courtroom itself is very noticeable by its cattywampus shape. But otherwise, the actual hallways that lead to that and towards the back offices are rather mundane, maybe a bit stately even. They do not have the same sort of odd decor as the courtroom itself. But otherwise, yeah, sort of just hall of, a dozen doors. It's kind of what...
So yeah, I searched through them looking for records.
Door locked.
Well, I have a key.
Okay. The key will eventually open the correct door. It's near the end of the hall, but I know, it's sort of fairly, bare room, lots of writing supplies, inks, writing desk, cage with a dead raven.
Why is the raven dead?
Because it was kept in this room for too long, trying to figure out how it was like a writing desk. Silly question. Anyways. And sort of a shelf that has about 8 books sort of set upon it with little dates scrawled on the side.
Start with the one with the earliest date?
The furthest back?
Yes.
Okay. First off, you find that technically that this is a court record. And essentially it is lines of 2 names, accuser, accused, and then a line below it that is basically the accusation. And you also find that it's rather still a bit annoying to try and read the name because that of the whichever party ended up being decided is dead is crossed out. So the names you need are the ones that are now harder to see.
This whole country's getting burned.
You make
Wrath of a paper pusher.
What do I want to say? Insight. Make an insight check.
Proficiency
Nope,
forgery.
rolled a 7 for 20.
20. So as you go through and spend your day going through pulling up souls, you do notice some interesting patterns within here. You notice, particularly on some of the older cases, times where, a person accuses, say, a group on a party, and then if... and it's like sometimes you'll notice that, they're deemed guilty and they just choose one of them. Or other times not the case. Sometimes you'll see a case where, a person accused multiple, and then if they decide the accuser is the guilty party, they also list and then below it what other, say, relatives or family members are incited, have been chosen to be incited with them for their guilt to match the number that would be on the other end. And summoning up souls just sort of learning that no, they just decided, no, this person was guilty. They were trying to blame 3 people, and they chose 2 family members, and they just got dragged into it and beheaded.
Nice. An equal opportunity cruelty.
But yeah, so... yeah, so that's your day. Between Old Man, Terry, and Billy, I would like either 2 of you to make, or 1 with advantage. Let's just go with persuasion.
I get advantage already, so someone else should roll as well.
Yeah, it's like old man has the highest roll out of any of us.
39.
And did one of you also want to
Yeah, I
try
can.
and compete?
And he's like, he's gonna likely to beat me. Yeah, he beats
Okay.
me.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
There. And I'm just going to make note of this for now. Yeah. So, you guys in your separate parts of town put on quite a show for quite a bit.
I use malleable illusions to make my suit look like an even more fancy performer's outfit.
As evening draws near, what do you do?
Well, is the crowd... Are we still keeping a crowd?
There's still people around. It's not massive at this point.
Well then, sounds like we need a new attraction. Dinner. So, let's, I'm gonna go ahead and ask somebody, that's, been there for a bit. What do you want for dinner?
Oh, I don't
The
know.
god of craft...
Suppose
the god
I'll
of craft
decide when I get home.
No, the god of craft provides.
You're providing me with a new home?
Would you rather have a new home, or would you rather have dinner for all these people?
Well, I don't know, half of them.
I don't know half of them is half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of them half as well as they deserve.
The question is, how does he answer?
I suppose I'll take a new home.
All right. Looks like he's getting a new home.
Offered to give you food, but this man decided he wanted a house instead.
Hey,
One at a time,
Billy?
Watch him get executed because of this.
Billy, have you used your, have you summoned a mansion today?
No.
Would you be so kind?
I can. Just give me a moment.
For this gentleman.
I'm going to go ahead and take down the Mirage Arcane for the day.
Okay.
Since, whatever, it's nighttime, it doesn't need to be. Stay up.
Mm-hmm.
Good people should go ahead and get to bed.
Go ahead and craft a grand archway in the stone wall for a doorway. Billy?
You want to give this man a home?
Yeah.
And it's like, alright. And it's like, I talk to the man and I'm like, so what kind of things would you like in your new home?
Oh, I really like one with like a bed. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a nice secure sort of brick encasement where I can house some fire, be able to heat up soups. They're nice.
Okay.
little distance in the walls from the neighbors, maybe not hearing so much of them would be good. Oh,
Nice and quiet. Okay.
can't imagine much more to ask for than that.
How about servants and extra quarters?
I couldn't afford something like upkeep on that even.
Right.
No, you're lucky today. You have garnered the gifts of the gods.
I'm going to.
That was what you were talking about up there, wasn't it? I thought that.
I'm going.
No, I've only ever heard any of the sailors from out east talking about any gods anywhere.
I'm going to make an insight check on this man.
Okay.
The purpose of which is to get a good enough feel for him for me to be able to better furnish his home to his what I would suppose taste, given the information that he's given to me. So that gives me a 30.
You kind of get the feeling that this guy is sort of living impoverished, and pretty much anything at the level of what you make is likely to just baffle him as far as what it.
Okay. Well, I will continue to looking at his clothing. Does he seem to have anything that would be noticeable as a prized possession, perhaps?
Not necessarily. No, it's thread-borne. It's patched in places. The collar clearly came from a different shirt than the actual shirt itself, because it's.
I asked the man his favorite color.
Green is nice.
Very well. So I'll go ahead and furnish him so he's got multiple bedrooms in case he needs a guest bedroom. We'll go ahead and do the kitchen dining area. Make sure that he's got a place for a fireplace, full bath suite. Give him a small garden area, and go ahead and go with a very since we're in Victorian land, go with something that would be like whatever your that type of green, that very kind of bright green, but not poisonous.
Okay.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not poisonous.
Stuff was notoriously poisonous.
So I'll go ahead and do that and put the entranceway in the little doorway that Terry provided. And give him...
I love the fact that you're just like, you live in our monument now.
Yep.
Go ahead and make sure that he's one of the people who's got control over who's able to come in and out of the house and permanency.
Yeah, kind of walking in and just being like,
Welcome.
I hope I didn't mislead you. I'm
very poor.
I'm just like a tailor's apprentice.
You're the tailor's apprentice that has been blessed by the gods. Congratulations.
You'll have to pick whatever your own room for where you want to do your tailoring work. I mean, there is like a small workshop over there, but I didn't.
I wouldn't even think of like you could work from home.
Probably
Of course.
quite easily. In fact, you would have
You could probably
many-
house your master even.
many helping hands. Your servants are quite generic since you didn't give me any specifications.
Oh. No, never had servants.
Praise be
I've
to
been one for a
Pantheon.
while. That was a job.
Well, they can do any basic task, but they've
So we fuck
ones.
over this guy's life in the best way. And I guess we'll close down shop for the day, let him live in the monument, and let him deal with whatever comes with that.
It still only counts as one.
Hopefully someone gets a worshiper out of that guy. But anyway.
Yeah.
So do we want to just go somewhere else, Billy, and do this again? Or... Oh, check in with everybody. How's everybody doing? Telepathic. By everybody, I do mean the Pantheon.
I found the records.
You're
Yeah,
starting
but-
from the old. You think you have 4 4 more days that you're going to need to get through.
Yeah, they're not very good.
I'm going around giving money to poor people.
I love how bitter you sound about that.
What?
You should.
Bad records.
I mean, why aren't you collecting your knives? You haven't touched your knife collection in a while.
Well, I want to donate.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me for a second. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm touching my knife collection right
How
now.
about instead of just giving money to people, why don't you organize something?
Like
what?
Because he's the god of life, not the god of being bored to death. Am I right, boys?
I don't know. I like it. I like organizing. That's fun.
I mean, why don't you like instead go and like find people that will like carry on
My
good
wayward
works
son.
Wayward Son.
and like create a nonprofit or like a charity.
You could call it Kansas.
So that the charity gives money to the poor people. So, thing that I'm doing already.
Yes, but you see, it would employ a lot more people who could then become leeches upon the charity.
Again, as the god of crafting, craft me an organizational chart, then building up a charity.
Okay, find
The god of organizational corruption.
I'm right here.
yeah. No, I'm gonna go ahead and say go find.
I'm over here going, started a bank.
No, go see if the old man knows. The old man certainly knows who would be a good place, where would be a good place to start. Because you'll need people that you can trust to work in. So like good-hearted people. The old man probably knows them. He probably calls them saps or something.
No, I can just have a cleric here, and he just does the processing. Doing that too.
Oh, okay. Then have your cleric set up a goodwill, like a goodwill location.
How'd you know his name was Will? Come on, that's funny. Screw you guys.
That was good.
Hey, I guess over the mind link. So, Alice, how was your day?
Productive. Not found any. Well, at least beyond resellers, magic shops that are already occupying here, so it might work.
Any inklings on what you want to do for your stronghold?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Do you want to handle at all?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, do you think you'll know what you're looking for by the end of the week?
Well, I suppose if I don't, I'm probably gonna need to move on. But
Well, I will plan to set up your temple then at the end of the week.
okay.
So, I mean, if not, that's fine. But
Fine.
I've been just giving resources through my own country, and it'd be good to put something of value here. I mean, Billy's already housed a nice young tailor.
So,
Does anyone have any wants, desires, thoughts, things that are going on?
Nope.
so
I will be going home tonight, and I'll return tomorrow.
you go home for any particular purpose?
Yeah, I'll be going back to the chocolate factory because tomorrow is day 161.
Yeah. What's day 161?
Establishment is level 3.
Okay. So we'll just go on to day 161.
I spend the night crafting.
Let's go around and take care of 4.
So are you now throwing money down to upgrade again?
Yep.
So what type is it? It's an establishment?
Yep.
And you're currently 3 going to 4?
Correct.
6,000. And
Bob, did you still want those boots of Elvenkind?
90 days.
All right.
I didn't know I ever did.
It was a while ago that you asked for them.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So I have gotten through my list then. Did anybody want anything?
Because you can do up to very rare.
Yes.
I'll get back to you in a little bit after I finish writing
Oh.
stuff down.
Boots of Elvenkind do not require attunement.
Nope.
So we'll just move right on to the next day. Billy's
I'm gonna make
getting
myself
that set out.
Elvenkind.
There, you just sort of set back up in the park and try and gather more.
The next day, yes.
Okay.
But shiny new boots.
Old man continuing same.
Yep.
Um,
More proselytization.
Is there another? I will go to the other side of the park, like the far end of the park that I was
Okay.
from what I was on.
yeah. You
Then
were
put
probably
another
pretty
soul.
central before. You go out towards the coast or inland.
Oh, I bet that they fish. Let's go to the coast.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, it's there's definitely like a dock that's like out there and like working and such, but like the park sort of goes up to that where instead of having any buildings facing it, like from within the park you can kind of just sort of see out to the port.
So instead of a wall of stone backdrop,
Mhm.
I am going to find. I'm going to have like. Is there like driftwood, or is the beach dirty? Is there
You're
a lot of?
in the city. There's not an actual beach in
Oh.
here. It like where the park greenery grass ends is then like the dock, like the boardwalk kind of planking. Several ships out, setting up for travel. There's a couple that are like sort of little floating, like whether they're restaurants on a ship, or basically the kind of thing of you're not allowed to build any buildings right in front of the park, but they found a way to throw their business in at that end of it, kind of thing.
Well, I assume that since there's a dock, that there's ships,
Yes,
and there's people that are loading and unloading things,
there are.
and just checking in. Does that kind of happen all day? Just ask a dock worker. Do people like load and unload things from ships pretty much all day?
Yes, it's how I make my bread.
How much they pay you per day?
Oh, usually get a couple of silver, depending on how many ships I manage to
Good,
load
good.
up.
Okay. And there's what? 200 dock workers?
If you go like across the length,
Just ask them. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Never thought of it.
Well then.
I'm just sort of a worthless cog in some elaborate machine, aren't I?
No, you are a valuable cog in the grand mechanism. And Terry is going to begin with basically a song and dance. Terry is going to go.
David, please
Give it
demonstrate
to
for
my
me.
friend Bonka.
Well, Terry has a +8 to performance, and David has probably like a +1, maybe
I think
plus
that's being fucking generous.
maybe +2 if we're talking about like DMing skills. But yeah, no.
The idea of DMing's a charisma skill.
Yeah, right. So,
For
we're
him,
gonna go ahead and have Terry go ahead and roll that. Um, hey, so 15 plus 8 is 24, um, or 23, and he is going to do a fat Disney princess version of animate objects while boxes and things are going up and down the ships, getting loaded, loading and unloading themselves. While dock workers, any dock worker he sees gets a gold coin. Um, and his entire thing will be about the usefulness and the worth of the labor and how all of these people, these hard workers, and how they are the most valuable cogs in the grand machine that is run by the gods. So
I
he's
can't
going.
help but feel like this is my fault. I started the whole Disney thing.
So his proselytizing today is going to consist of animate object probably dozens of times because that's on his list.
Is that one of your at will, whatever?
Yep,
Yeah.
one of my Smith
Yeah.
divine abilities.
Yep.
And he's going to have his two angels that he has with him. Basically, he's going to give both of them 200 gold, and they are going to do their best to keep up and just hand out money to the dock workers who are not getting work done today.
Yeah. No,
While-
until that happens, there's lots of people that are like, oh no, some sort of
Yep.
automation has come in to...
Nope, this is not automation. This is the work of the gods and how how they're valued.
You're a valuable cog. Now watch me make you irrelevant.
It's more like you're a valuable cog. Take like let me show you that you can work and rest. And here's for your valuable time.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's doing that on the docks today.
Okay.
And he will send a message to the group. Actually, no. I have greater restoration once a day. So if he gets so he wants to have this going for hours.
Okay.
So just that's what Terry's doing.
Terry is morbidly obese.
Yeah, and I have greater restoration for when he gets fatigued. He may end up animating objects on his own armor to keep him going.
That's outrageous. I love it. I love it.
He
That's hilarious.
definitively thinks of him, like he, as part of the way that he identifies himself at this point, does have to do with his weight, correct?
Yeah, because of the opulence and stuff is part of it. So that is a very good point. While this is going on, it's not just money that's getting handed out. Let's go ahead and throw in, I don't know, a really a good fatty stew.
Okay. That's actually not the reason I was asking. It's because otherwise he would be losing weight at this point if that wasn't how he thought of of himself as an image.
Even though he's constantly eating.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's also, I mean, it's to what extent does it affect you as a god and such? I mean, it wouldn't necessarily have to have the same effect as
No,
when
Terry
he was a mere
losing weight.
mortal, but because he thinks
Terry
of
losing
himself
weight
with that.
wouldn't- Yeah, that's how he does see himself, but that's just because he lived with himself like that for so long.
Mhm.
Him losing weight wouldn't bother him by any means.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Wait, so we can slim down if we have a slim self-image?
To some extent, yeah. I mean, he would never, with what he does, without taking some extra ability, be thin. But as far as the level of, we'll say, roundness,
True obesity.
yeah. It's like,
So, yeah,
because
he's
you are
probably-
also a lot more active beyond the kitchen than you ever
Yep.
were in life. You have done so much
But he
exercise.
eats way more.
I was thinking about becoming more of a thinner, like soft-shelled turtle instead of the hardback one I am.
Hey, real quick, Austin, I don't think I actually gave you the eagle whistle. Do you have the eagle whistle on your character sheet? Because I still have it on mine.
Yes, I have it written down.
Yes, the whistle that lets you fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm taking off my character sheet.
Okay. Stan, continue just going about person to person, maybe proselytizing at like the barbershops.
Proselytizing what I do, yeah. See poor people, eating food, all that jazz.
Old man just continuing with the same show from yesterday, or?
It is a crowd working exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So yes and no, because different people show up, so I speak to them differently, I'm sure.
Yeah. Rolfur?
Yes?
Somewhat later in the day, you hear sort of behind you just sort of a quick knock on the open door.
And try.
And Alice kind of walks up. Do you have time to look at this before I put it into filing?
Sure. What you got?
She has basically papers filled out of land purchase.
Land purchases. Does this room have access to those records?
This room does not. No, this is more of her filling out papers to file and not being confident, because this is not something she has ever freaking done.
Well, I'm sure it's fine. The state of paperwork in this place is terrible, but I'll take a look.
Yeah.
I'll take a gander at her paperwork.
Just make a straight intelligence check. And it seems like it's only when I ask you for a die roll that it does that.
It's the curse, man.
So, what was that intelligence check again?
I rolled a 6 for a 12.
12? Okay, yeah. You help her a little bit pushing some things around, but yeah. Yeah, it's paperwork, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
I feel like you should have pure proficiency in bureaucracy.
But yeah, so she leaves you back to continue your work. Walking out, sort of head held high. Otherwise, you have 3 more days on it. Does Billy, I guess, return sometime during that day to just help proselytize, or have more other work to do?
Still have 3 more days on what?
Rolfur on wanting to read through the records of the court
Oh,
and who they've executed.
okay.
Well, it's been a full day, right?
Yeah.
So I want to try to get into it. So it's been a full day. How did the if I just subtract all the new followers that I've got, because I can compare the records and do a quick math to figure out how well the construct did over the course of a day.
I mean, a lot slower than you, but
Yeah.
but also it's really hard to gauge because you also have followers from your existing followers spreading word. You also have followers
Yep.
from the Bards College spreading word. You also have
Yeah.
followers from the court or the theater. Showing you up. I mean, you have so many outside sources that are continuing to spread your name.
Yeah, but those are fairly constant. So I'm looking for the what kind of uptick am I seeing now that I have a new source?
I say DC 25 intelligence check.
Duh, how dare you?
What day are we on now?
161.
Yeah. So So there is a difference, but it is hard to just observe with a day.
Not a huge amount, so I'm just making sure that they're actually working.
Yeah.
Without going in to check on them.
Yeah. But anyway, so you're doing that for the next 3 days.
As far as what I'm doing, okay. Well, after I get done with the handing over the money and the planning and preparations for the establishment upgrade, I sent a message over the mine link to people. I'm like, I'm thinking about going and meeting the royalty today. I think that sounds like fun.
I'll join you.
Like fun.
And this is a new day.
I'm not sure what he's trying to do.
It's day 161.
Okay, so no, you're already busy.
This is you doing animate object on the dock.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I would like to go, but today's not good for me. I'm busy on the docks.
We can go tomorrow then.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if anybody can really help me on this today, though.
That's fine. Yeah. Then I will go ahead and teleport back to Carroll. And today I will be focusing on going about to different people who work on making different foods and talking with them on a personal one-on-one basis or a small group.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, yeah, sure. The following day, who is going to go to visit royalty?
Me.
On 62,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I join him.
Sure, I'll go along. Might as well.
Everyone but Rolfur. Got it.
Alice is coming?
Yes.
Neat.
Sweet.
When you said that, she'll use that to her advantage.
Yeah, she's trying to make this her stronghold, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this isn't even her home. She wants to make this place her stronghold? Oh, that's why she's buying land.
Yeah, that was what that was about.
Yeah, no. This is the capital of the country she's from, and
Oh,
It's her,
yes.
her home country.
Yeah.
Yes.
if you inquire, this is much likely to be a better spot for Ellen to set up shop, and that is. And she is a goddess that is a small child that found someone that she likes, and that has greatly influenced just what she is doing as far as using her divine power. Literally, she went from the sun to the sun and the moon based on that relationship.
It's, yeah.
Okay. Then let us go. I summon the Pegasus.
Alright. Probably don't want that inside.
That's fine. I can leave it out.
What do you summon? His volume's weird sounding.
I summoned my Pegasus.
He's summoning a Pegasi.
Yep.
But otherwise, yeah, you make your way. Castle is easy enough to find. Alice knows right where it is. Rolfur is in the building next door.
Quarters right next to the palace?
Yes. To the castle. Alright. Do we want to knock?
Oh, we don't have an appointment.
No.
Well then, I guess we should start summoning up an entourage.
Do you think we need
I go
that?
and knock.
Yeah, knock.
And
I tried. Sorry,
thin
Alice, I tried.
bullywug in stately attire answers the door.
What?
It's a bullywug. It's a frog
Bullywug,
person.
Frog person.
Banish? No, kidding.
That is how you deal with people opening doors for you.
How dare you not be human? No, okay.
May I help you?
Don't mind me just crafting an arrow of bullywug slaying.
Say this. The group of the King of Kings has arrived to come and speak with the Red King and Queen, some of our subjects.
You're who?
The King of Kings. And the Queen
To
of
be
Queens.
fair, at least one of us is in divine attire.
Let us in, for we are royalty as well.
Where do you rule?
We rule the here and hereafter. The heavens.
I don't think they like that. Let them know.
Alrighty.
They won't like that.
But look at Billy. This is not how I would have done it.
Indeed.
You can take a more persuasive approach, but
You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to you guys getting put on trial and I being the impartial mediator to confirm, yeah, no, what you just did was a crime. The punishment is, in fact, beheading. You must all be beheaded.
I'm going to use...
Stan will make that difficult.
That is the law.
Wow. Well, I'm going to take the minute to go ahead and make a like a appropriate, I don't know, rickshaw, like wagon seat
Palanquin thing?
Palanquin, that'll do. That I'll animate some nearby trees to go ahead and.
You're at a point where there aren't nearby trees.
Okay. I'll animate some nearby piles of stone.
Okay.
And they
They
will
aren't just
be...
sitting in piles, but I mean, there are stone that makes stuff up that you can pull stone out of.
Yep. Well, I mean, like, what's around? I mean,
you're on, like, because you're outside of the castle, so it is, stone streets, neat, high-end businesses, bureaucratic kind of things.
okay, I will use creation again
Okay.
to go ahead and make marble figures that are each like these muscular, like orc-looking creatures out of marble, and that have sashes of our symbols and our of the pantheon along them, all in like various colors and forms of marble. And the palanquin itself will be made of a we'll say like cedar wood and have like gemstone windows and like drapes of like fine linen. And I'm gonna go ahead and sit on the palanquin.
I would like to do something.
Alright.
I cast Owl's Wisdom, Fox's Cunning, and Eagle's Splendor upon myself.
Oh, fine. Do something useful.
Just advantage.
I bless Ryan, all of us too, while I'm here.
And if you guys want a
Alice
palanquin,
looks... is kind of looking around a little uncomfortable.
what's up, Alice?
I'm sitting there going, I would just like to point out that none of this was my fault.
You knocked.
You didn't
So,
speak.
so did Billy.
Yeah.
So that makes it half your fault.
Nope.
Alice kind of just sort of steps aside, and as the door reopens now with the bullywug again, along with another rather thin and well-dressed Kuotoa,
The dog things? Oh no,
Fish
fish
things.
people. Oh, yeah,
The-
fish people. I was thinking of the other thing.
Right. Literally, I don't know how you can see it, but. Entrance has been permitted.
Very good.
And
And Alice kind of just sort of tugs on the old man's hem of his robe, like off to the side, kind of.
I'd go with her.
Okay, and just sort of letting the others sort of go in ahead. She hands 2 pieces of paper that look like crude children's drawings of what a king and queen might look like, occupying all but sort of a lower offset place at the bottom of the paper, of which you can tell is a piece of paper that's taped around another piece of paper. I think you'll be better. Can you get them to autograph these?
Oh, okay. Absolutely. Oh, 100%. Totally get
And
it.
she just kind
Absolutely.
of like that rolls her heels kind of.
Just like, I'm so proud of you. We're getting ice cream after this. I don't care. We're getting ice cream. As I stride in confidently.
Yeah. But yeah, so.
And I take on the persona of my kingly self.
Okay. Terry being carried in, like they have to like do a weird thing with based on the door, like lowering down to their knees to lower you underneath the door and then lift back.
fine. My marble men will do just fine.
Yeah. Just sort of from the side because it's just narrow. Yeah. But they awkwardly get you in, and you go through a lovely garden of red roses.
Yeah. I also illusionally manipulated my clothes to look like purple royal clothing, but clean, just not overly exaggerated.
Yeah. Following Stan, going through as well as.
You should go with jade color rather than purple.
No.
Then Old Man and Alice taking up the rear. And yeah, you've kind of led through a garden and into what looks like sort of similar to some of the halls you've been in with some of the other royals. Only the tables for the fine dining just sort of pushed off, not removed from them, just sort of pushed to the sides. And have enough dust on them that from a glance as you walk in, you can just see that really they're just ill-kept. The room from the door up to the front seems well-maintained. The area around where the king and queen sit, well-maintained. But just all of the area that makes this a large hall for entertaining company, not only is it not in use, it is not being used for a while, and they don't bother to maintain it for such an occasion.
Huh.
The king and queen, dressed all in red and masked, obscuring the features behind it. You can kind of tell the queen has a very sharp jaw from what kind of protrudes at the side, and they're both very slender. The king's dark hair is sort of neat and kempt in many curls, sort of held tight to his to the side of his head. And the crowns for each are made of, as far as you can tell, ruby.
Like a solid piece of ruby, or like worked pieces?
As far like as in like like a solid piece
Wow.
for each.
Big Ruby.
Either that or something that has been joined together at a way where you can't see it, like not like metal covered in it, but yeah, that sort of translucent, carved from the gem kind of look.
Do they have rings on their fingers?
And bells on their toes.
Thank you so much. They do. They not like lavish, but they do each have a single ring. You get maybe halfway through, and the king sort of raises a gloved hand. Am I to understand you came here to try to tell me that you rule this land?
This land? No.
That's not what you said?
This would be your land, right?
It is.
Aye.
Execute the bullywug! Now you look wealthy. Perhaps you have something of value. To say.
Indeed. Well, I can tell you that we have
We see the bullywog.
You do. He's kind of being pulled away.
I banish him.
Be gone.
He comes right back to the same spot.
Not if it lasts more than a minute.
This is his own
He's a
plane.
denizen. Yeah,
he
he
still-
has to be a denizen of this plane, otherwise.
That's a good point.
while
I
he's
don't
banished-
So there is a minute of confusion of
Yeah.
bullywug's escape.
Yeah. he
Please,
goes to a pocket.
step forward. We have a criminal at large.
Yeah, no, I am still gonna go ahead and banish him. Like,
But anyway, so yeah, we do have
bullywog. It does not. The bullywog's life should be spared. There was a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding where he walked in and implicated you for beheading, in case you were unaware.
Well, it seems.
Well, you see, while you are king, we are gods.
Ah. So you've come to serve me then?
We have come to serve all of mortal kind.
Wonderful. I am, from what they have told me, supposedly immortal. We'll
Good,
find that
good.
out eventually.
So thank you for understanding and sparing. I send him back. The poor creature.
Head falls.
What?
No, the person looking for him is looking to fulfill orders as soon as he appears back. It was quick. I'm sure he didn't feel a thing.
But yes, as far as something valuable, we have one thing that nobody else can give you, and that is a place to go in the afterlife.
Oh. Yes, I do think I'm mortal. Let me think. What do I want for my afterlife?
I use mage. I'm gonna go ahead and mage hand the head of the bullywog over to me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it on the paladin.
Well, say if you have a particular...
The queen kind of... If you're peckish, I recommend the legs.
I go ahead and have one of the marble men go over, grab the rest of the body, and bring it over.
Okay.
They do taste like chicken.
I go ahead and
I step out
telepathically.
around. I step out around them, and I just
I'm
go.
gonna telepathically speak to Stan and be like, "Please tell me that we could fix this guy with it, since we have the head and body."
Yeah, I'm wondering why you pull them apart, but
While
Okay.
while the king is thinking,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and
We
give him
just
a
telepathically, we deserve this guy to
Yeah.
pull a sheet.
I go ahead and give him a description of the current available packages, but if he wants something more custom, it can be worked on.
I'd walk around them and I'd go, so, I've never really made it to this kingdom in my time on the mortal coil.
No.
Oh, I suppose you don't remember me. Or don't know me, as I was never here. King Gizmember. Of the...
Ember Empire.
Yes. You know, and I walk over and put my arm around his shoulder, I go, I was once mortal myself, ran a kingdom,
Oh.
much like yourself. Do you know, there is one very simple way to become a god. But first, sign this.
What? Deception.
Well, I rolled a 5, so I get a 35.
Please tell me
Alice
someone's
knew
awesome.
that.
Uh, 30,
Oh wow.
30.
Excellent. Now, what you have to do is you have to support the theater. Now, hear me out. I know it sounds strange, but... And I start going into a complete bullshit explanation of theater supports the theater of the mind of your subjects that creates the holy spark that is required for divinity. Now, of course, I am more than happy to support you in this when you do finally pass on and join us, as it must be of natural causes. And, but until then, what I think you should do so that you have another supporter amongst us is one of us is actually from this country and wants to set up a little temple here. Won't even bother you. You know, provide your protection, help with that divine spark experience. I think you should support her in it. Of course, not my country, not really my decision. Just appear as you have so few.
I'll also
And like all of this is sotto voce away from everyone else, just like I literally dragged the king away.
it's like I'm going to interject and trying to add additional stuff to Bob's story, but still supporting the.
I pulled him away so no one could hear. Like, I'm not saying that you, like, obviously you can do whatever you want, but just so you know, like, I clearly pulled him away from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this has gotten away from me.
Yeah.
This might surprise you, but I took it away.
So as he kind of returns, do you try and hand off the other one for the queen to? Because there were two papers.
Oh yeah, I do totally get the other one to queen to go. I go now. I'm gonna go and talk to the queen real quick. She's got something similar to take care of. Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you distract these fools?
One king
He's
to
in shape
another.
like a bad. Yeah. I go, my queen, come! I must have a conversation. I drag the queen away and do the same thing.
What's the roll on that one?
I rolled a 6, so 35.
35.
Ridiculous.
Minimum 15.
Minimum 15. Yep. Thanks, Ryan.
She signs it before starting to get suspicious, but does seem to sense that there's something that you're trying to pull. She can't put her finger on what, but she clearly doesn't quite trust you. Because even with the natural 20, it's like your minimum roll is still. Oh great! She natural 20 for a 22. 35.
If I rolled a 1, she would roll 1 higher than me.
No, you
Well,
have
it actually counted as a 1, mind you.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm willing to give some degree of extra benefit for the 20, but even if I say, let's say that equals like a plus 10, she's still not. Is my point. It's like, she still wouldn't.
I'm divinely good at this.
But yes, and I want to try to persuade them into seeing the light of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
But give them a description of the pantheon so they kind of know what they're dealing with.
Yep. Who's able to build a... of course, we're accustomed to such lavish gesturing on the room, which you guys notice, obviously, is large parts covered in dust and stuff. He's like, such lavish environments. From where could we expect to retire in such luxury?
Oh, well, that's actually something that you would be able to help us and yourself with at the same time. Mutually benefit. So, the thing about the afterlives is that I'm sure that you can understand, being a ruler of a kingdom, that some of the strength lies on the number of subjects that you command. If you were a king of 2 people, you wouldn't be much, would you?
Of course not. Many more than that, though. No worries.
Similar situation for the gods. The more people who are under our care, the greater the power we have access to, and the more opulent our afterlives could become. So, by spreading word of the gods, you would be ensuring the opulence of your own afterlife.
Another group traveling, looking for handouts as expected.
But we come with benefits.
Well, I don't think that answered the actual question, though.
What's that?
Of who would have such lavish accommodations?
I would be able to do it easily, and I imagine Terry would be as well. The old man certainly has a lot of opulence available to him. Though I don't...
You just sort of see there as the king nods and the queen shakes her head.
I'm trying to think. Go ahead and promote yourself, Stan, if you would like to, or Alice.
At least they can hear you.
Ah.
I need to fix this. I don't know what's going on. So go ahead, Stan. Promote yourself if you would like to.
What?
What?
They were
Unless you wouldn't like to.
Yeah, the king and queen were asking who could provide them an opulent afterlife.
I mean, my afterlife's not that great. So far, it's just a small room that you could customize to whatever you want. That's why we stick on the living on the side of the living with unlimited lifespan. Here you go, 2 of these. I give them the life potions.
I open up the room to my halls, not the one with her in it, just like a separate one that has a custom, which is random tea sets, big fancy beds, desks, furniture, clothing. It's such a random, eclectic collection of fancy shit.
Oh,
yes,
man.
I lead them into mine. I think I win.
Oh, man.
Like,
I think you've
Opulence.
decided to
And there's
build
huge piles of
a residence
gold.
from the inside out. Usually you divide the rooms before gathering the accommodations within them.
It's like 3 miles.
Yeah, and it's just like fancy stuff sit in the middle of 3 miles. It's like usually you would...
With big piles of gold just randomly all over the place. And I'm just like, I'm extract.
Go ahead and open a door to the afterlife and have an angel come out, grab the bullywug body and head, and bring it into the freezer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Use the distractions I create. Use them.
But I'll go ahead and also open up a door to my afterlife to show them the inside, and it's like I'm taking my time working on the landscape. But it will be quite customizable. In fact, I'll go ahead and because we've got different followers, right? I go ahead and this happened.
We just keep going. They can hear you.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Didn't fix it.
Okay, we'll wait.
They can still hear you.
Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
They can hear you.
Blub 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 blub.
But since we have
Blub blub.
we have different followers, I go ahead and whatever. I guess I'd have to open and close it to go to different people. Maybe, or would I just be able to kind of like flip through different?
I don't know what you mean.
So our demi-plane has it to where individual followers have their own version of it.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to show them individual followers' versions, would I have to open and close the door, or would I be able to just switch at will?
What are you trying to show them?
So
Okay, I understand what
Because
you're saying.
you're trying to confuse them, is what it sounds like.
no. I'll explain what I'm doing. The idea behind it is that I wanted to show them specific followers, because all of my followers, and I've visited some of them in their afterlives to spend time with them and talk with them, they all have the mystical pigments. So they've been able to build stuff using that.
You make them do the labor?
And it's like,
Peasants' work.
I'm just showing.
Just telepathically to the group. I think that these people need some time in the river.
You guys have met too many nice royals.
It's just like, this has to do with.
Know exactly what they are.
Yeah, and he's like, this has to do with custom decorating.
Yeah, I show them just yeah, this is what I got, and then I just kind of go whatever. I have no need to prove anything to them. If they cause too much of a problem, I will take over their country.
We will think it over. We grow
I'm
tired
going
of
to
your
challenge one of them
presence.
for a duel.
When he says that, I go invisible.
Alright. Well,
And the Kuotoa will see you out.
yep, think it over. See you.
Old man,
Mhm.
you get one follower from that. I'll add it in the numbers later with the next episode.
Did I get the king?
Yeah.
Eh, good for me.
I think Terry ends up with the queen.
I'm going to murder them both.
Repeatedly.
But you haven't let her know that.
Nope. And the only look of my afterlife that they saw was the beautiful forest, and also the giant freezer.
But yeah, they saw his, but she doesn't like him. They saw
Yeah.
yours. They looked at the work of his, and Stan said that his wasn't good.
Yep. And I mean,
No,
if nothing else,
it's
at least I
in the room.
dressed appropriately.
Mine's just a fountain in a room. It's
Dressed
not
like a
that-
king.
But you head outside of the castle, and that is where we will pick up next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully next time a few less tech issues.